Hey Libra, how's it going? Welcome to your September 2025 astronumerology reading. This is for Libra rising. We're going to start with the numerology portion, which the number for the month of September is 9. We are in the ninth month and the ninth year. 2025 is a 9 year, a spiritual year of transitions. And the ninth month is going to be about more transitions, more changes and letting go and endings and things of that nature. And I just have to say, Libra, I've already looked at some of your astrology and you're a little out of balance this month. So this month is about getting back into balance. So the ninth month is also about the ninth house, and the ninth house is traditionally Sagittarius. And so wherever that energy is in your natal chart, you will also see some extra pops of challenges. And for you, the Sagittarius energy is in your third house, right? So this is, and that means that in your natal chart, the third house is about the writing, the curse, the siblings, the people of that nature. But that is where Sagittarius normally sits. And so Sagittarius being a great advisor, it's kind of good that it's in your third house because you might need to seek out some wisdom. So your third house can have more of an impact from this ninth energy. So there could be some changes in relationships or some connections like your siblings and things of that nature. Might have some body aches, so to speak. So the third house is like this area in here. So you might have some things with that you need to bring back into balance. They may be out of balance. You have to bring it back into balance. Um, so energy for the month, ninth house, Sagittarius, endings, letting go, transitioning. Everything that ends brings about a new beginning. So it's never completely a time to be down. It's a time to look forward to what's coming next. So I have both your charts open, your natal chart and your current chart. Remember when I say timings, if I say September 1st, that's either day before, day of, day after. If I say it's going to happen and by the 15th, energies in the numerology aspect normally come in a 2 week, 2 month, 2 year cycle. So you start to feel the energy 2 weeks before you're in the energy. And then 2 weeks after, you have a little bit of that left over while you're in a new energy. You're never really just in one energy. It's always constant energies, different energies going at the same time. Now, everyone has the K2 Venus and the Mercury energy moving together in their astrological chart. And they also have the Saturn and Rahu energy moving together in their astrological chart. Go back. So everyone is experiencing that. The thing is, where are you experiencing? Which houses are like really seeing the most influence of those energies? And we're going to start out with September 1st. When the K2 energy gets with Venus, that brings about a feeling of not satisfied, not necessarily happy, because there's something that you just quite can't put your finger on that's kind of bothering you, that's floating beneath the surface. And K2 is the energy that is going to make you aware of it and hopefully bring it to the surface to where you can deal with it. But wherever that energy is, it means you might not be happy in that particular area for some reason. It might not be anything specific. So, for instance, with you starting at the beginning of the month, you have the Venus, you have a lot of energy. Venus and K2 energy and are together with the sun and Mercury, all like really like close to each other in your second house. Which second house is career, which is different from 10th house, which is career. So second house is how you make money in essence. So it might be a job, might not be something that you want to do for the rest of your life. And 10th year is more of a career in essence that it builds. You build on a career. So your second house can be communications and ways to earn things. And that area, that second house, your what you value as far as finances and things, you might not be exactly happy with that right now. That's the energy that's showing up. So that's an area of focus for you between the second and the third house. Are those are and again that third house is that nine, that Sagittarius energy. So you're going to have an extra focus on those two areas. So you might not be happy with whatever monies you have saved up or your trajectory. So whatever you're making or earning at this point, or investing in, or if you're into real estate, whatever it is that you're into, you might not be exactly happy with where you are, and you might not know exactly how to get to the next point. And this is a discovery period for you because there's going to be some things that you have to let go of in order to get to the next point. Also, it is also about the vision, and not just your physical vision, because it could be, you could have some things going on with your physical vision, but it is also about the vision that you have for your life and not exactly having that figured out. So this is a season for that. So this entire month is going to be bringing balance back in, establishing a vision for your life. Okay. It is also about the things that you put into your body. That includes food, that includes things you take in through social media, places you go, and whether or not what you put into your body fulfills you. And does it fulfill you as fulfill your soul, fulfill your purpose? Does it even fill you up when you eat, right? So those things are kind of important. So that's where the energy starts out with you. And then let's move a little bit further. The Saturn and the Rahu energy starts out in what is your eighth house, which your eighth house has the Taurus energy in it. And the Taurus energy is the eighth house is another, the sixth house is health. The eighth house represents health in a sense, but it's sexual health. It is a death, the kind of hidden things, the kind of things maybe you shouldn't be dabbling in. That Sagittarius and that Rahu energy are there in that eighth house. So maybe there's some things that you have been involved in from a standpoint of maybe even in work and your daily routines. Maybe you have been involved in some things that are more occultish, and you haven't brought those to the surface in your life. And perhaps you're looking at, should I bring this to the surface, or how is this going to impact me when it comes to my relationship? So maybe you're involved in that. And maybe by chance, some of this stuff comes into the surface through somebody else. It can also be about a relationship, a secret relationship that you're involved in. And so could be something that makes you be out of balance because you're in a secret relationship. The whole first week of your September is filled with lots and lots of energy and movement. There's lots of different energies crossing each other, right? You have this Aquarius and Libra and Taurus energy. You have a Capricorn, a Scorpio, and a Taurus energy, and then Aries energy. You have a lot of energy at play, which is probably why the scales of balance are tipping in your life. You're just not stable with all the energies all over the place. You're going to need to do some type of grounding in order to bring yourself back into alignment. So let's continue on. Your third house is going to see a lot of activity during this month. And third house is a communication type energy house and it's not just about writing, but it is your vocabulary. It is about communicating with other people, as you know, and it's about traveling and going places. You might have to travel, and it is definitely about endurance. So this can be communicating in written manners. This can be oral communication. This could be disagreements with people, with neighbors, with siblings. This is just a lot of communication. And because of all the different energies, it's very diverse, the communication that's going on. It's not just one person. You're just having a lot of communication with a lot of different people, a lot of different types of people and types of energy there, which could be draining at some point. This could be a time for you to actually do some distance learning, to enhance your life in a particular area, something that you might feel would make your life better. Let's go forward. The moon is going to show up in your fourth house. And for you, that is the 10th house of Capricorn energy. And again, this is a time you could feel a little bit isolated, a little bit alone, wanting to just be by yourself and focus on some things. Too much alone time also can take you out of balance. You have to balance being alone and grounding and recharging with going out and interacting with people and actually having some joy, because Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus likes joy, right? Venus likes love. Venus likes happiness. And in order for you to obtain the happiness and the joy, for Libra, it comes through a little bit of social activity. So you have to balance that. And it's not Libra's nature to normally be just stuck at home. The Libra rising nature is not that, but that could come about as a desire because of all the different energies that are at place. You have to be careful about being too lazy at this time, just as a way of escaping. You don't want to get into an escapist attitude. You want to stay balanced and, stay friendly and happy and joyful. And if you're having conversations with people that cause you to get out of your natural self, then perhaps you don't need to have those conversations. Okay. Venus is considered an energy that loves, sex and experiencing freedom. You should work on experiencing freedom, but not to your detriment because of that Saturn and that Rahu. Be safe with everything that you do. All right, let's go forward to some other energy. Towards the end of the month, you have some, okay, so towards the 24th of the month, there's going to be a very interesting Scorpio kind of Libra energy that comes together with a direct influence from the Rahu and the K2 together. And the Rahu and the K2 together means that you present this pretty facade, right? I'm glorious Venus, I'm beautiful Venus. And then, I'm this dainty little girl, but you're a lady in the street and a freak in the sheets. That freak in the sheet part can be dangerous for you at this time because it can be a little bit out of balance of doing things that you don't, too much of anything that's bad. Cause for you to be careful and maybe not be so much of Venus. Maybe be a little bit more Saturn. Maybe you need a little bit more of that old man energy that you're not doing some of that stuff. Balance is the key for you because for this month of all the months, you do not feel as balanced as your normal self, right? So there's just a lot of these energies that's causing you to be a little bit out of character, a little bit too much on one side, you in these extreme moments, right? So for you, the focus, the energy is bringing balance back into your life. And let's see, anything else shows up that's really interesting for you. The moon's going to travel revealing secrets, of course, as it does. It's going to hit all of your areas this month. It's go back, go back, go back, go back. Yeah, it's going to hit all of your areas. At the end, the very, very end of the month, you're going to have that Mercury energy, that Saturn energy. You're going to have a lot of that energy go into your first house. So if you are not careful with all your exploits, then you could have some challenges in your body, right, as a result of that. But if you are careful, then you could have a good experience in your body at the end of the month. So the key takeaway for you is balance, 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 return to yourself. All right, that's it. Bye, Libra.